So after viewing the video that we had to watch, for the first question, describe the key points that you learned from the video. What I learned the most was, as a coach, you're gonna deal with a lot of crap, basically. Everybody, especially parents and fans or spectators, is not gonna agree with all your decisions that you make. There's always gonna be somebody that's against your decisions, especially if it deals with their child, and that just comes with the territory, and you just really need to learn how to deal with it and how to approach the situation effectively instead of, as we learn, instead of reacting, listen. So, because especially with dealing with parents, they're always going to have to defend the child, and they're always going to believe that the child is right and that what the coach is doing is unfair. So I feel, and to answer the second question that goes with what I just said, describe what changes you may consider an approach to coaching as a result of the video. The main approach is to just communicate effectively. Don't hide anything. Don't make a don't make a decision. Say if you decide to set a kid out because of something they did in practice, communicate that with the parent. Don't just do it and um, think that everything's going to be all right and that they're going to agree with it. As long as people know why you're doing something and that there's a logical reason, then there's no problem. If they still go against it, then hey, that's their problem. But as long as it's fair, it's not discriminating, and the reason is because of the athlete's ability, they're not following rules or they're not doing something in practice that they need to, and that they're not following, the procedures that you set out. Even as a track coach before, as assisting, before we even begin competing and practicing, we give a guideline for athletes to follow, what they need to do to actively participate, or what they can do that will have them sitting on the sidelines. So things like that, policies, have policies out for the program, that the rules and regulations that they need to follow. And for the last question, finally, what suggestions do you have for coaches currently in the field? As I said before, effectively communicate with parents, effectively communicate with the athletes. Um, Nobody can say anything if you tell them what the problem is and why you're making a decision. If you make a decision and you're not communicating with why you did it, then there's the problem. Just, make sure that everybody is on the same page. Also read about having preseason parent conferences with the parent and the child, so everybody's on the same page. Have say monthly phone calls to the parents or to tell them how their child is doing, and have meetings with the child to see if they have any problems or they have need anything to be fixed between the coach and the kid, and to see what is it that the coach can fix to make sure that everybody's happy, basically. So communication, having conferences and meetings with parents and child. I think that's the best thing that we can do as athletes and as coaches as well.